The historical and cultural foundations of the nation should be preserved as a living part of our community life and development in order to give a sense of orientation to the American people, so states a section of the National Historic Preservation Act of 1966. To that end, it is paramount to preserve the richness of the Lowcountry. Charleston County needed to expand the Palmetto Commerce Parkway to relieve traffic congestion along Dorchester Road and I-26, which run parallel to the parkway. But first, an archaeological survey had to be conducted.
When we conducted the survey, we walked through the swamps that are all around us here, and we quickly encountered several banks and canals and ditches that led us to believe right away that they were parts of inland rice fields.
In fact, all of the former plantations through which the Palmetto Commerce Parkway passes grew inland rice throughout the 18th century that were developed and maintained by enslaved Africans.
Due to this mitigation project, we were able to cut into the banks to study the internal composition of them, the way they were built and constructed. So we're actually learning about the technology involved in the building of these embankments.
Charleston County worked with the South Carolina Department of Archives and History to develop a plan to document and protect these important historical features.
To further educate the local community about the importance of rice and the enslaved Africans whose struggles made it possible, Charleston County has developed a traveling trunk program. The Inland Rice Fields Traveling Trunk Program is an interactive, hands-on educational tool geared towards elementary and middle school students. The program includes lesson plans, classroom activities, replica artifacts, and historical items.
I think Charleston County School District has long been aware of the connection between Charleston and the west coast of Africa, also known as the Rice Coast, as a key part of our local history in the development of the Carolina colony.
I think that our children need to know more about the history of the country. They need to know more of the history of why over 250,000 people were enslaved and brought here and what they did. And the more children understand about the history, the better they're going to become as people.
I think it's pretty cool because it brings things from the 1700s. I think that's cool.
I think it's fantastic because we get to learn about things in the past that other people didn't know about.
I think it's kind of cool because it's kind of showing us stuff from the past.
I want to see this again because I have a feeling that if everybody else sees it, that they'll learn a lot.
If you want to talk about rice production in South Carolina Lowcountry, and you have a traveling trunk with items in that trunk that boys and girls can actually look at and feel and smell and listen to and play with, then that's the beginning of concrete, basic understandings that can be developed into abstracts.
Students learn about the plantation economy and the contribution of enslaved African individuals who were brought to this country and ultimately helped develop our economy and helped teach people about how to cultivate rice, how to make rice a lucrative product, and ultimately really contributed to the local development of this area. So we think that puts a lot of pride and self-esteem in our students when they know that their ancestors were part of the beginning of this wonderful area that we live in.
Thank you, Charleston County.